Hello everyone, welcome back to your English class students. Today in this English lesson we are going to cover one of your grammar lesson and the name of the lesson is transformation of sentences. What is the transformation of sentences? Before going to transformation of sentences, before knowing the meaning of transformation of sentences, let us recall we have learnt various kinds of sentences. Didn't we? Yes, we have learnt that there were how many type of sentences? There were assertives, imperatives, interrogatives and exclamatory kind of sentences. Okay. Now we have learnt there are different type of sentences, but did you know that it is possible to change one type of sentence into another? Yes, it is possible. And this is called transformation of sentences. This is only called transformation of sentences. When we change any positive sentence to negative, or when we change a statement into interrogatives, this is known as transformation of sentences. Okay. Now, as you can see on your page number 109, we are given positive sentences to negative sentences. In this on this page we will learn how we will change positive sentences to negative sentences. Positive sentences are which sentences? Like they are the statements, and negative sentences, a sentence having words like no, not, nothing, never, they are called negative sentences. Once again I shall repeat this. A sentence having words like no, not, nothing, never, etc. It is called negative sentences. Now we shall learn how to change positive sentences to negative sentences. A declarative sentence states something. Declarative sentence can be positive and negative. See, I am a student. It is a positive sentence. I am not a student. It is a negative sentence. How are we going to change the negative sentence from the positive sentence? It is very simple. When we add not after the helping verb, it turns into negative sentence. To change a positive sentence to a negative sentence, we just have to add not after the helping verb. Whatsoever helping verbs are given in the sentence, you just have to put not. So let us recall what were the helping verbs. We were having primary helping verbs that were do, does, did, is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had and will, shall. These are our helping verbs. So after helping verb, when we put what? Not, then it is what? It is a negative sentence. For example, the twins are 10-year-old. Now what is the helping verb here? Here are is the helping verb. So when I put not after are, it will turn into negative sentence. The twins are not 10-year-old. The children were at the fair yesterday. So what is the helping verb? Yes, it is were. So when I add not after were, it will change into negative sentence. The children were not at the fair yesterday. So by adding not after the verbs, we change the positive sentence to negative sentences. The various examples are given, like the students are playing football. So what is the so first step that we have to do is to identify what is the helping verb. So after identifying helping verb, when we put not, it will turn into negative. Like I am reading a mystery novel. What is the helping verb here? Am. So after when I put I am not reading a mystery novel, so it will turn into negative sentence. She has been to Paris. So what is the helping verb here? Here has is a helping verb, and when I put not after has, it will turn into negative sentence. She has not been to Paris. Now see here. When we change a statement into a negative sentence and when we are given the helping verb, then it is very easy to change it into the negative sentence. Then we put not after the helping verb. The real problem arises when we are not given any helping verb. For example, in simple present and simple past. So when we are given any first form of verb only and we are not given any helping verb here, like I drink milk every day, here only we are given verb first form of verb. So whenever we are given the first form of verb, either we use do not or we use does not according to subject. I hope we are very clear with the use of do and does. When our subject is singular, we use does, and our subject is plural, we use do. So whenever our subject is I, we also use do not. So I drink milk every day. So I do not drink milk every day. He speaks German. Here we are only given first form of verb and our subject is singular. So what we will use? We will use does not. So he does not speak German. And same happens when we are given the second form of verb. When we are given the second form of verb, for example, I drank milk. Here drank is the second form of verb and we are not given any helping verb. So we have to put did not to make it a negative sentence irrespective of the subject. Whether our subject is singular or plural, it does not affect. We have to put did not to make a negative sentence. For example, I drank milk. I did not drink milk. Here with did not we have to use first form of verb. The second form of verb changes into first form of verb. He spoke fluently. Here spoke is the second form of verb is given. So we have to use did not, he did not, and with did not we have to use the first form of verb. Spoke की first form क्या? Speak. So he did not speak fluently. So whenever we are not given any helping verb and we are just given first form of verb or second form of verb, so with first form of verb we will use do or does not, and according to the subject, if our subject is singular we will use does not, if our subject is plural we will use do not, and if we are given the second form of verb we will use did not. We will use did not irrespective of the subject, and with did not we will use the first form of verb. Now we will learn how to change the statement into interrogative sentences. To change a statement into interrogative sentences is as simple as that. As you can see on page number 111, this book is mine. How do we have to change it into interrogative sentence? When we are given any helping verb in a sentence, then what do? We just put the helping verb before subject to make it a interrogative. So what is the helping verb here? This book is mine. Is the helping verb. So when we put is before this, then this statement turns into interrogative. The children are singing. Now here what is the helping verb here? Are is the helping verb. And when I put are before the children, that the children are our subject. So when we put are before our subject, it will turn into a interrogative sentence. Are the children singing? Dhara was ill last week. Was Dhara ill last week? So this is how we change statements into interrogative. As you can see in your green box, there is a pop box. A sentence that asks a question is called an interrogative sentence. We put a question mark at the end of the interrogative sentence. So it is but obvious we are going to put a question mark at the end of the interrogative sentence. Now as we have seen, when we are given any helping verb, then there is no problem. When we just put the helping verb before the subject and change it into interrogative sentence. Now as you can see on page number 112, when we are not given any helping verb, same in the case of as we have done in negative, simple present and simple past, if we are not given any helping verb, then how do we change these sentences, these statements to interrogative sentences? See, when we are given the first form of verb, only and without any helping verb, then we will put do or does before the subject to make it a interrogative sentence. Do or does respective of their subject. If the subject is singular, we will use does. If the subject is plural, we will use do. For example, a fish swims in water. So here we are not given any helping verb. Only first form of verb is given, that is swims. So what we are going to put? Do or does before a fish. So this is respective of the subject. Here a fish is a singular, then we will put does. Does a fish swim in the water? Here swims will not come, only first form of verb will come. Now same as we have given, the dog ate the bones. Here only this second form of verb is given, no helping verb is given. So when we are given the second form of verb, we use did irrespective of the subject. Whether our subject is singular or plural, we just have to put did before the subject and use first form of verb in the sentence. The dog ate the bone. Here ate is the second form of verb, then we will put did the dog. अब ate की जो first form है वो क्या होगी? Eat. Did the dog eat the bone? David played football well. Did David play football well? So this is how we change a statement into interrogative sentences. Now we will learn how to change statements into exclamatory sentence. As you can see on page number 113, we have learned that exclamatory sentences shows emotions of surprise, shock or horror. To transform simple statements into exclamatory sentences, we place what or how at the beginning of the sentence, rearranging the words and place a exclamatory mark at the end of the sentence. For example, this is a beautiful painting. What we are going to put? What in the beginning, what or how in the beginning of the sentence. What a beautiful painting this is, and we will rearrange the places of the words. What a beautiful painting this is, and after this exclamatory sentence we will put exclamatory mark. The grass grows tall. How tall the grass grows. We have just put how before the sentence and rearrange the places of the words and put the exclamation mark at the end. This is how you turn these statements into exclamatory sentences. Now students, in this lesson we learned how to transform a positive sentence into negative, then a positive sentence into interrogative, then exclamatory. So this was all about the lesson. I hope you have understood it.